Yo, Odium. Yeah, EU time today, because I usually get a better connection at EU time. And, I mean, it is Sunday, so... Alright. Yo, Isham, how you doing, man? What's up, Nasern? Okay. So, same build as last time, but, you know, like we talked about last stream. Today I'm gonna be trying, like, some of the other weapons I have, like... I want to try your Poria today. So we're gonna go for that. We go with this. Gonna go with running attack tally, and perhaps what's the max boys again that you get with that? 74. Let's go with that. All right, let's do this. Yo, what's up, Green? What's up, Moozone? What's up, Utent? How you guys doing? What's up, Baldwin? All right. Okay, so also I need to remember when we invade, we go Golden Vow and then Sword of Light first to buff ourselves. It should be our little buffing routine. Boy. How do you bring yourself to keep playing this game? Well, it's very simple, my friend, and it's how a lot of people bring themselves to do any sort of work, really. The monetary payment that comes with it. If I was not paid to play this, I would not be playing this. It's really just that simple. Alright, let's see how much damage we do to him. Unfortunately, we won't have time to try out the laser buff. Fair point. Yeah, it's not like any noble reason. It's not like any like deviant reason or masochistic reason or whatever you want to call it. I'm not really like not fond of this game like as I was with like Dark Souls 3, for instance. But like ultimately, I want to keep the channel going. That I don't want to let the channel go to waste, and I still have hope for another game. Maybe not even from FromSoft, but like maybe let's say I love Elder Scrolls 6, and you know, and I want my content to be that. Well, I don't want to have killed the channel because of Elden Ring. You know what I mean? Or maybe the next Miyazaki game is great too, and it brings back like more PvP joy. Well, I want the channel to be there. I don't want to kill it. And obviously, you know, I'm not really spending that much time, like all things considered. Like this is not like a full-time job to run this channel. It's more like a part-time job. You know, like I'll be doing a stream either every 2 days or every 4 days, or maybe sometimes every 5 days. And you know, I will be doing a stream for like usually from 2 hours to 3 hours. Sometimes I'll go a little over that depending. And so after that, obviously I have to edit that stuff, which is it usually takes more time than the gameplay, but you know, at the end of the day, like for the amount of effort that it takes, like for the amount of time that it takes, it's worth it to spend that time to do that. But if it was not for like some monetary compensation, like you said, like the game is not good enough to just play for fun, basically. That's how I see it. No, I've not played Crimson Desert. I've not played any video game in a little bit. The last game I've played was Skyrim permadeath run and a Fallout 4 permadeath run that I did like on my own, just for my own enjoyment, because I love Bethesda games. So this is the last time I've played like a game off stream. It's been a few months now. Just too busy, honestly. Like, I mean, you guys know how it is. Like, there's always like something that you have to do. Also, recently, you know, it was tax season, so there's also that. That also takes some time. You know, from tax season to car repair to, you know, other work. There's always something else to do. Appreciate the effort keeping the channels alive. Well, I'll say also that, you know, having people like Unicern and like, you know, like Chirico, like Ongon, like everyone that's like always here and, you know, being not like blindly positive, but just being sort of encouraging, whether they're trying to be or not. It's I don't think I would still be doing it if it wasn't for you guys either, even if it's corny to say it's the truth. All right, I think we see him. I think he sees us, like sort of hiding. That's a lot of buffing though. Like when you consider all of that. I thought he would die, but it didn't stun him. I'm disappointed. I thought the laser would be like the perfect finisher, but since I never used this this Twinblade, I didn't know like what the laser would actually do. Like it didn't stun him or anything. It didn't even do a lot of damage, which was quite surprising. I mean, we're not here for the Elden Ring skillless game, we're here for the streamer and having fun convos. Well, thanks Darkborn, but, you know, at the start, like, not disagreeing with you or anything, but, like, at the start, like, the people that joined the stream, I don't think they mostly, like, are attracted to the content at the start, at least when they find the channel out. I don't think they're attracted, by my personality. I think they're mostly attracted by the gameplay and the information that comes with these streams. You know, like people like learn about the PvP side and everything else that comes with it. And then afterward, whether, you know, after a while of listening to me ranting and rambling, some people get attached to my way of seeing things because maybe they relate, but for the most part, I'd say, like, people start to watch my stuff mostly for the content, the gameplay, I'd say. Yo, Mazzachrist. Yeah, Aporia, finally, dude. Like, we've been talking about playing with this weapon for quite some time now. And obviously, guys, you know, I say that I'm not a big fan of this game. Obviously, sometimes, you know, like, it's not like it's fucking painful, like, every time to play this. Like, you know, there are some good moments, some good invasions. It's just, like, when it comes to video games, like, I think Elden Ring simply, like, PvP-wise, did not live up to our expectations, and a lot of us are disappointed, but, you know, like, it's not like it's fucking horrible or anything like that. You're here for the winner mindset? Hell yeah, dude. Thanks, Marvin. I appreciate that. Very kind of you, dude. But yeah, obviously, I'm way more excited for what's coming rather than what we have here. Dude, the damage that shit does is crazy. Fun fact, the Aporia buff is the only thing in the game that won't fade if you swap away the weapon. It's very bizarre behavior. Mazochrist, does the buff fade over time? Like, sometimes, like, I hear, like, some sort of, of, like, special effect, even though I'm not landing hits. Like, like, when you hit something, like, and then your weapon starts lighting up, it will do a little, like, like a little sound effect, as if, okay, the buff kicked in. But sometimes I'll do nothing and you'll hear that sound effect again. Like, I'm wondering if it's like the sound of like the weapon debuffing over time or something. Yes, it's the buff fading. Yeah, that's what I guessed too, but I'm not quite sure. Buff level 2 fades to level 1 and then disappears. Okay, yeah, that's probably it then. Yeah, that's probably that. It's buff fading away. Obviously, guys, like, I've been wanting to try this weapon for a while. I've talked about it for a while, and every time we see someone with this weapon, it does an absurd amount of damage. But using it right now, with, like, we have a really good setup. Like, we have two-handed tally, we have the running attack tally, we're buffing with Golden Vow, and we're buffing with, like, Sword of Light. So basically we have a near perfect build, right? Like, it's very balanced. The only thing we could add damage-wise is, like, the later armor. But everything considered, we have, like, a near perfect setup to take full advantage of this Twinblade. Despite that, like, the damage is not that far from what you'd get with a dedicated strength Twinblade build. Like, if I just put on, like, Blood Boil Aromatic on a strength build, I think I would be doing, like, more damage. So it's like, I'm actually a little disappointed. And also the Ash of War, because I think one of the big aspects that I find problematic so far is the buff does not last long enough. Now that we established that the little sound effect that we hear is like the debuff happening, now that we've established that, like, the buff simply doesn't last long enough. Like, it debuffs very quickly. Moonveil? Of course it's Moonveil. good damage, but 700 is 700. Maybe Black Steel is better. Yeah, we're gonna try Black Steel. Like, you know, last stream, like, we dedicated the stream mostly to power stance straight swords. But we have a bunch of weapons in our inventory that we have not tried. And so the goal today was to try, like, some of these other weapons in the inventory. I started with Poria, because this is one that we want to try. Black Steel is in there as well. Like, I will be trying, like, Black Steel with a Sacred Blade buff, where, you know, like, we have... What's the... Actually, now that we mention this, let's just really quickly... Let's just see our AR. So right now, our base AR for Poria is 658. Black Steel, the base AR is 664. And then if we buff it, it's 754. Now, if we buff, let's just buff really quickly just to see our AR. I know the, you know, the PvP damage is not the same as PvE damage, but just for the sake of comparison, let's Golden Vow. And let's do this. Okay, so right now, if we look at our damage, we're looking at 846. And if we compare this one is at 862. Oops. And it goes to 986. So as you can see, the Black Steel does significantly more than Aporia, but Aporia does get the buff that happens on the weapon as you use it. So, you know, obviously you need to consider that. And the moveset is different. If you hit all of these, this will probably do a little bit more damage because it hits 3 times. But I personally think that this Twinblade moveset is better. But, you know, some people have different preferences. Also, Medios, thanks for the Prime resub for 32 months, man. Really appreciate that. Fully charged Aporia buff is 120 AR. That's actually not that much, all things considered. Guys, give me a second. I'll be right back. Give me just like 1 minute. I'll be right back. All right. We are back. And guys, keep in mind, when Tarnish is going to come out, you know, the builds that we're doing are gonna be like way more varied. Like I was initially waiting for Tarnished Edition to come out before making new builds. I didn't want to remake an inventory, but actually I found a way to make new builds without making a new inventory. Like all that there is like all the junk from my old inventory is just sitting there, and my new inventory is basically like this little one page you know, like just mini inventory made on the fly. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, I do prefer the, you know, the twin this running attack animation for Twinblade, because like you said, it's way harder to strafe. It's not unstrafable, but it's way harder to strafe. Way more consistent, and the poise chip damage is also higher. So if you're counting poise, it's way more consistent. Twin running R2 first hit deals 68 poise damage, so the second hit always staggers. Second hit deals enough poise damage to always stagger. There you go. You get to use the Aporia Ash often? I don't know, because this is one of the first time I'm playing with this. Like, I don't know if I've ever tried it before, but it's like one of the first time I play with this, so like I don't actually know when I'm supposed to use the Ash myself. Like, so far it seems like using the Ash doesn't seem all that worth it, because you lose damage when you use the Ash. Unless, like, it's worth it if you're gonna kill someone. Like, if you're going for a kill, it's worth it. But if you're not gonna kill someone, you might as well just keep your damage buff, because people will die in like 3 running attacks so far with the type of damage we're dealing. Looks awesome. Yeah, it does look pretty cool. But like just earlier, for instance, we fought like one tryhard, and he just like, he sort of ran through it and punished us for it. I mean, you know, he didn't win because the Twinblade did so much damage to him prior to that, but it was like the only net negative I had in the whole fight was me using the Ash, right? Like everything else was going perfectly, and then the moment we used the Ash, we hit them like we should have, and we got punished for it. So I don't think it's as like free to throw out as it seems at first. We intend to try the Smith Script Great Hammers. Yeah, we're gonna try as many stuff as we can today. Starting the stream a little earlier too, just so that we have a little more time. Oh, I think the mage is a teammate. It's gonna be like Fate and Magic united together to kill the greater evil. Oh, he just killed him. I don't think 2 invaders for that particular invasion was necessary, but that's the issue with invasions, right? Like, you only get a teammate when you don't need it. You can't get help if it's a 3v1. Only if it's a 2v1. Have you thought about including the save editor? I don't want to save edit. I don't want to save edit. Are you from East Canada? I'm from Montreal, so... Yeah, absolutely, Medios. Like, the fact that people can find invasions faster by just changing a value in their save, just, like, goes to show, like, how much FromSoft really fucked up for the level of activity. Like, when you think the game is dead, like, it's really not. Like, it's very active. It's just... FromSoft didn't want you guys to play together. I want the buff, but... I dodged that too early, like everyone else. Yeah, everyone's dead. It's more like a contest of who can dodge this the most consistently. Be funny. That's probably why the connection is good. Yeah, usually like usually I have a pretty good connection with like a large part of the world. Like I have a good connection to Europe, I have a good connection with West NA, obviously East NA. Don't have a good connection to everywhere, like, you know, I don't have a good connection to China, you know, Australia and South America, weirdly enough. I'm not that far from South America, that's the weird part. But, you know, like, that's kind of similar to, for most, right? Like, most people will have, like, zones that they're latent to, and others that they're not latent to. Like, however, like if you live in Australia, for instance, you're much more cucked because you're gonna have a bad connection to almost everyone but like Australia and Japan. So it's a little sad for people who are in Australia. They're the chillest people, and unfortunately, they're gonna be latent to almost everyone. You're South America, and we got good net. Well, where from South America are you from, though? It's true, though, that we do have a good net. Because, like, I know, like, if we play against Mary, she's from Mexico, and the connection is not that good, and Mexico's, you know, it's pretty close. Because, again, I'm on... Like, I'm basically, like, on the line between, like, well, not on the line, but, like, very near the line that separates the border between Canada and US, so I'm basically very south of the Canada. Like, geographically, so I'm basically the closest that I can possibly be while in Canada to, like, South America, basically. Southeast Brazil. It's so weird because, like, technically, Marvin, I should have a worse connection to you than, like, Omega, who's in Argentina, and Mary, who's in Mexico. But I have a better connection to you than both of them. The geography doesn't add up, but it is you're absolutely right. Like, we do have a good connection. That's kind of funny, though. But, you know, sometimes, like, geography is one thing, right? But where the cables actually run, and when I say the cables, I mean, like, the actual fiber optic lines that run all around the globe that basically, like, dictate the distance for a connection, right? Like, for instance, like, you could be, like, geographically close to your neighbor. Like, you could be, let's say, like, your neighbor across the street, right? Your neighbor across the street is geographically, like, right next to you. But when you send your neighbor an email or you play with, a video game with your neighbor, the connection does not necessarily go, like, to your neighbor, even if it's a peer-to-peer game. What the connection will do is it will go straight to your nearest data center, and then it will go back to your neighbor. So you're still, like, losing, let's say, like, a few milliseconds of latency just for that travel, whereas if it was directly connected to your neighbor, that would be basically like a LAN connection. What we call a LAN connection is, like, basically directly connecting to someone. But that's not the case. That's what would be, like, the real geographical, like, latency between you and your neighbor would be the latency you'd have on LAN, basically. Whereas if you're playing with your neighbor over the internet, you're still gonna have that little delay. I mean, it's gonna be still very, very small, but that little delay is gonna account for the connection going to the nearest data center and then back to your neighbor. So you always have to think about connections doing, like, sort of like a triangle shape. And then, you know, it's like it's going to take a detour as opposed to taking the shortest distance to your destination, right? So, you know, all of that explanation just to say that perhaps, for instance, with Marvin, perhaps there's, like, a fiber optic line that runs, like, along the East Coast, like, straight to where we both are. And so maybe the latency is much reduced because of that, as opposed to other people that would be, like, more, let's say, in the middle side of the American land, or, like, South America, but more in the middle or the west. So sometimes it's little things like that that make a pretty big difference. I think this guy wants to fight me. He has a friend next to us. We have to be careful. He didn't want to gank me, so that's kind of neat. Oh, so close. Well, this guy was honest. He just wanted to fight. That's funny. Yeah, the Astro War finish is satisfying, but not so much on a host like this one. Like, this host was very clueless, and he didn't have a lot of help. Would have been more satisfying to land on the Phantom we were fighting, but that guy was honest, so didn't want to gank us. It looks like a Dragon Ball Z attack. final Flash looking ass. Oh, dude. Probably your favorite Twinblade at the moment? Well, the Ash of War is definitely on the more fun side, that's for sure. It's a fun Ash of War. There's no denying that. And also, it's a Twinblade that has like an amazing moveset and does amazing damage, so it has all the right qualities to be a good weapon. It's a very strong weapon, in fact. And in a dueling setting where you don't have a lot of time to buff, well, the advantage with this one is that you don't need to buff the weapon. It will buff itself as you're fighting. That's usually a pretty big deal when you're dueling. I early rolled that big time. Alright. Unfortunately, we have to focus on the mage. It's just how it goes. Come on, I didn't mean to do that. We need to be careful, because they have like really terrible health, but the hose does a lot of damage. Oop, it ate my input. Insane, I bounced off the wall. And just like that. Oh well. It does look cool when it's glowing like that. That neutral R2 on accident happens so many times on PSN, it's crazy. Do you play on both PSN and PC? Like, if you say that, like, the reason why I'm asking is, like, because I don't, and the way you're phrasing it, it makes it sound like on PC it's not an issue. I'd be curious if, like, if it's only a thing that happens on PlayStation. Because, like you said, that does happen to me, like, from time to time. Like, I'll go for a running attack, and then it's just gonna be, like, just a normal R2. Before we switch to another weapon, I just want to, like, land the Ash of War for the Aporia to, like, a useful extent, like, meaning that I want to get, like, a finisher, a kill with it, where, like, it was like the perfect situation to use it, and then we use the Ash of War to the fullest extent, basically. Like, I want an invasion where I actually leverage the Ash of War. Like, I make it useful. Also, I think, yeah, you buff your weapon by hitting those. Like, right now, our weapon is fully buffed. By destroying the fucking crossbows. I want him to yield just to test the damage, but he's gonna die by PvE. Let's just lure him. Yeah, he's gonna die. Kind of cool that it goes back. So I guess when you're not using the weapon, you just toggle it away. And then once you're about to use it again, you put it back on. And you don't lose your buff that way. That's very interesting. On PC Ladder, it literally never happened to you. On PSN, it happens every now and then. Might be due to input lag. It probably is. I mean, that's... If what you say is true, then it's definitely because of input lag. And I mean, I don't really see why it would not be true. Like, that makes perfect sense. Okay, so now we already learned something, that we should just toggle our weapon away if we... Let's say we're running after someone and they're not, like, close to us. Like, we should just put it away until we get close to them. Just so that we keep our buff without having the weapon debuff itself. So that's an interesting little quirk. I think it will be faster to reach them if we just respawn. Well, that's a terrible spawn. We won't have time to buff other than that. This is... We're not gonna win if we stay there, so we have to move. That was a necessary move. Like a 2v1, like, it's very difficult, but a 3v1, that's unwinnable in a spot like that. You can always get lucky, as always, but... Good shot. The host went down there. I don't know where exactly though. That's annoying. I was sure he went down here, but now I don't know anymore. We're gonna have to respawn because we're losing precious time and he's getting resummons while we can't find him. Okay, there he is. Weird that the indicator kind of led me at the wrong place at first. Like, it led me down there and he was still here. Like, very strange. So you see, guys, like, in this particular moment, what decided the outcome of the invasion was, like, backing off, like, retreating. If we stayed on the platform where we just killed the host, when the blue joined the battle, we were almost certain to die. But backing off, the blue followed us, and then the yellow followed us, and we were able to kill them one by one, easy picking. So very, very different than having to fight all three of them at the same time. So that sort of stuff is important, like the decision making. That's what really matters most in invasions like these. Woohoo! Close, close. Since the day I started playing on 150, 125 seems dead. Honestly, like, I felt like 125 was fairly dead, and so that's why I moved to 150. Like, I mean, you know me, like, I didn't want to, and I do think that build making, the higher you go, like, the less it really matters. And obviously, like, you know, there's a sweet spot to that. Like, if you're playing at low level, like, build making is not much of a thing either, like, because every build would the optimal thing for every build is just the level of vigor, right, at low level. But either way, you know, I'll be playing probably at 150 now, because I don't really care enough to just keep playing at 125 and try to go, like, force it against the grain. I'd rather play at the level most people play at. And I believe that nowadays most people play at 150. You can stack the light ash with last right. I think last stream someone told me that last right does not stack with golden vow. So that's why we go golden vow instead, because that adds some defense also. So it's a more, like, balance buff. The spell, of course, not the ash. Golden vow, the ash, or the consumable are really terrible, but golden vow, the spell, it's not that bad. Okay. I feel bad, like, these guys are babies. I think 7% is actually what you get from Golden Vow. Like, damage-wise. I think it's 7%. But yeah, like, our little buffing routine is basically, like, you know, Golden Vow, and then sort of like, and then drink blue, and then physic, which is honestly, like, that's probably one of my biggest criticism for this game in general. It's fucking buffing the game. Like, the outcome of battles, like, the outcome of your fights, it's just, it's affected so much by how much your character is buffing as opposed to how much better you are than your opposition. It's like buffing in this game matters so goddamn much that you have to do it. You really do. Now after that, you do have to manage like how many buffs are you willing to do, because if you do every buff you can, there's like some diminutive returns in terms of, you know, like the time you spend buffing, because by the time you finish buffing, like your first buff will be like halfway depleted. So it's like that's one of the issues that I have with poison buffing. Like poison buffing lasts for such a short amount of time that you don't really have that much time to fully leverage it. Like poison buffing really doesn't last very long. Now the question is, are they up? Yeah, they are up. And what type of player are we fighting? It's actually hard to tell. And there's two of them. We're gonna wait to see if these guys are looking to 2v2. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Sometimes like people that play here are looking for that 2v2, so we're gonna wait for a teammate. Started using shard immediately. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Guys, if someone wants to join, I'm pretty sure, well, I'm positive that I suspect, let's just say I suspect that these guys are looking to 2v2, so anyone wants to join, we're at 150. There you go, we got someone joining. I think I saw one of them with the Freya Curve Greatsword, which is unfortunately a pretty hard counter to the Twinblade. To be quite honest, I don't really have that many options. Alright, perfect. Let's join with this guy. So I'll just play with this and, you know, just go for it. Insane timing. Should have bubbled like this guy. They both have hyper armor, I think. Nope, one has the great bow. I can't swap the great bow here. We almost had the Phantom dead, but we didn't. Unfortunately, though, this is using up our tier, our valuable tier. Sort of damnation for hyper armor. That's a good idea. Oh. Fortunately, it's against hyper armor against this. I think I'm gonna swap out to this here. Swap to this so that I can manage. I have a teammate behind me? No? That's your plan, just blocking this? Actually, I didn't put... I dodged that, but it didn't come true. Little lag. I feel like the terrain is giving him a little advantage because he's controlling the choke points because of the hyper armor. Little lag. And he's on tier. Alright, let's go back to the Aporia. By the way, if you were wondering why I was not doing like the soft swap handy tech during that, against hyper armor, it's very risky. Like, if they decide to attack out of its stun, you can't dodge afterward. So it's better to just attack once and then wait, or attack right away. Like, one or the other. But doing the handy tech soft swap, like, puts you at risk of not being able to dodge the opponent's attack, so... I don't like doing it against hyper armor. What the fuck? Oh, that's this. That hit me. Might be dead. We survived somehow! I'm gonna be honest, I kinda sprayed and prayed. Just started going through the thing, just hoping that good player. He tanked that? Yo, you guys saw that? He actually tanked the jumping R2. That's dangerous. I didn't know it was that fucking strong of a knife armor. Don't forget to buff with Sword of Light. Pretty sure I do it every time. Plot armor unlocked? Yeah, for real though. Like, to be fair, like, what I did for the last invasion, like, I just took a risk. I was like, you know what? If I stay there, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm just gonna go straight through, hoping that I'm gonna survive without any sort of plan. I was like, well, here goes nothing. And don't worry, we're gonna try Black still afterward, but you know, I want to give each weapon its due tryout. Like, we've been talking about Aporia for like almost a year now without trying it, so I want to give it a proper shot, and I feel like we still have not like fully utilized the Ash of War yet. How is Clean Rot with Sacred Blade? To be honest, I don't want to try it because one, it will just be like Clean Rot doing more damage, and two, I also think that having BHS on the Clean Rot just makes it superior, so it's not like it wouldn't be like revolutionary or anything. It wouldn't be interesting either. There's like not a lot of reasons to go for Clean Rot Sacred Blade, all things considered. Like, we know it will do more damage. Barely. Like, see, like, right now we don't have time for Sword of Light. Or do we? No, not this. There you go. The host does not seem like a mage. Seems like really arcane oriented. But he is closer to us. Although he does have Morgott, which makes this guy a better target. Little too far, I think. That early hit, right? Let's heal up. 3 run-ins, but like, that's not really all that different from strength build, really. Flame Skewer is also pretty effective on this build. I don't want to go with fire stuff because I want to really leverage the Sword of Light buff, because Sword of Light, from what I understand, is supposed to give like 20% extra damage in PvP, which is sort of like an outlier compared to other damage buff that exists. So you really want to leverage that sacred buff. So I'm a little hesitant to go for fire stuff because of that. And also, you know, sacred is just a better element than fire in this game. Yeah, what Scores said about TS is important. He's right. Okay, we see them. Oh, that's my teammate, little buddy here. I think they gave up for some weird reason. Unfortunate, really. Never seen two people give up. Yeah, it's pretty rare. Yo, Gold Mask, thanks for the gifted, man. Welcome back, dude. Is there only one of them? No, there's not just one. There's two at least. Alright, let's get in there. Let's focus on this guy. The host is above. Okay, insane. Fucking sane, bro. What the fuck are we doing? These guys have no health. We're at 150, guys. Come on. Like, this is not even, like... If you have that amount of health at 150, like... I don't know what to tell you, dude. That's crazy. That is legitimately crazy. Dude, like... Dude rocking that fucking speedrunner build. Oh, man. And I say speedrunner builds because they actually don't get hit, you know? I think most people should expect to get hit when playing this game. Maybe try Golden Land? Golden Land... Honestly, mate, I would have to see the damage. Maybe it could be useful, but I would have to see the damage. Okay, there's two players there. Seems like some sort of fight club. You know, only good players host fight clubs at first step. All right. Wow, that was a roll catch, though. Okay, that's sword dance. A little questionable there. Let's kill the host now. Oh, someone else in there. Well, guess we're gonna be watching. Or maybe I don't actually care about their fight and I don't want to wait. What are you thinking of the overall damage difference between strength and fate builds? Honestly, like, so obviously straight swords do a lot more damage on fate than on strength, which we tried for like one full stream. Twin blades, honestly, twin blades do about the same. Like on a proper setup, strength builds actually do like pretty much that sort of damage as well. And strength builds can also have like blood infused twin blade, like not arcane build. Like strength build with blood infused twin blades makes a ton of sense. And so like bleed twin blades are very good, and you have like barbaric core that you can put on the twin blade. That makes a lot of sense for these sort of builds. And so everything considered, I think I prefer strength twin blade a little bit over fate one, honestly. And then aside from that, these are the only two weapons we've tried so far. I want to try the lance as well at some point. I started the stream a little early, so like we have time to try plenty of weapons. I just want to get like a proper feel for the Ikoria Ash first. And every time I go and fight someone, it feels like it's not the right time to use the Ash. And when I do use the Ash and I feel like it's the right time, it chips for like 100 damage. So it's not serving me all that well so far. Which I'm a bit disappointed, because I always had this impression that the Ikoria Ash was this big deal, but it doesn't really seem like it. So the host... Is he gonna... Oh wow, I actually did not dodge that. Okay, I think I'm starting to... Yeah, I was about to say, I'm starting to get a feel as to why. Yep. This guy is not just latent, he is lagging. So like right now, like I'd love to have like strength build just for poison. You know what I mean? Okay, perfect. All right. Oh my god, dude, these guys are so laggy, both of them. Jesus fucking Christ. That is just beyond fucking terrible. Like, when you encounter stuff like that, you just wish that your build was doing good with poison weapons, right? Like, you just go poison, you don't think too much about it, and then you just status them and pile up status, and that's it. You just leave it at that. Whereas if you're on a Fate build, you're gonna have to keep trying to do direct damage, because your poison weapons are not gonna be all that great. Although, to be fair, in situations like that, maybe it's worth it to go with a poison weapon, even if your poison weapon doesn't do a lot of damage, just to get the status and get it over with. It's like, you know, switch to a poison weapon, poison them, and then switch back to what you were using. Problem with that is that really only makes sense when you're fighting someone that's legitimately really bad. Because let's say you're fighting a good player or a decent player with that sort of connection, like they'll force trades with you, and then you'll be like massively losing with your poison weapon on a Fate build. So it only really works on people that are completely clueless. Two-handed setups are almost always better on strength. I mean, for the most part, I think you're right. But you know what? What else we're gonna try later on? We're gonna try fucking Swift Slash with the Fate buffs. I want to see how much damage our Swift Slash does. I'm really curious. I want to see that Fate Swift Slash damage with the Sword of Light buff. Oh, this map is really nice. All right. Map is really nice, but if they're down there, that's not so nice anymore. It says there's 3 people though. So if a blue spawns in, and they're waiting there. If a blue spawns in, we can try to see if we can separate them. Okay, the person who was about to join just did not connect, so. But going down there is basically like admitting defeat or like accepting defeat. Because the moment you go down there, you're basically like set up to die because you're stuck here. And it seems like these guys are actually ganking there. So maybe they don't actually feel confident in ganking in an area that allows me to maneuver. So they want to make sure I die by ganking me down there. Okay, now they're coming. A lot of damage, actually. These guys could be over leveled. It's hard to tell. This guy's Rune Arc. They're playing extremely careful, and there's a blue that just appeared on my radar. Right now should be good. I'm happy that I did not drink my physic yet. Yo, that running attack was weird. It's very fast, actually. Bots, that's so unfortunate. That was queued, weirdly enough. How about that? gonna have to back up here. No more PvE. Come on. Let me craft. Good. Unfortunately, I can't finish him. So unlucky, dude. Try to finish this guy. Oh, okay, that's one important kill. Now we do this. Good. Important. Okay, the host is back up. The host is about to die to this guy. Can I jump back? Oops. Is that possible? I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. It's kind of unfortunate. You gonna DC, guys? Let's go back up. Unfortunate because it's important time like wasted. Like he could get a blue summon back by the time I get back to him, you know, like that just happened. See what I mean? Like this sort of stuff is dangerous. Okay, he's gonna get killed by PvE. That's perfect. Saw what happened there? I was about to kill him, and then these stairs, I can't even fucking do it again, but these stairs like made me bounce off, and we can't even reproduce it. Look at that, like there. It's so inconsistent. Like that's what I'm talking about when I say that this game is so inconsistent, like stuff like that. Like it didn't, like, you know, we still killed him, but it denied me the kill for no reason. Frame perfect bounce? Yeah, that's like so stupid. It's so inconsistent, dude. Alright, well, we did get the kill. I think we've done enough with this weapon. Let's try the Sacred Blade version, which I don't like the moveset as much, but it should do more damage. So we're gonna try the same thing, but with steel, black Steel Twinblade. We'll see if it seems better or not. Yeah, this pro, but the Fire Knight Dagger, I played with it quite a bit when the DLC came out. Like, I did another stream with it afterward. What is that damage? We definitely don't want to fuck with these guys, at least at close range. Okay, well, our R1 did a stupid amount of damage. Like, and also our Sacred Blade like did like 1400 or 1300 to this guy. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Like, I think it's probably Source Seal, but if it's not Source Seal, that's pretty insane. That's without Shard of Alexander. Yeah, because Shard of Alexander is like bugged with Holy Infusions, so it's not worth having it. He had the Whole of Shabriri buff. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense, because I was like, you know, like, Sacred Blade does not do that much damage, like, even when buffed. That's just... that doesn't make sense. It's too much. Full running R2 can usually one-shot. Dude, that's crazy. If that's true, that is pretty fucking crazy. Oh, it's these guys, dude. These guys, last time that we fought them, they had the tongue off and they would not engage. Like, they would just sit back at the Grace and not do anything.
Hey!
Weird. I think for now we can do that. Oh, come on. Well, we did a lot of damage to this guy, and I think he's scared now. Oh, man, dude. Okay, we got a teammate. But that was my teammate for a second. So far, the damage from the Steel Twinblade is like probably like twice as strong as the Aporia. Like, that shit is nasty, dude. What the hell? Where's my teammate though? I don't even think my teammate is there. Oh, he's an idiot. Yeah. He's useless. Great. Nice free aim there. I was about to say, like, this guy is gonna die, like, instantly. That teammate of ours. Yeah. Dude, my free aims are on point. Oh, this teammate is... I don't know what he's even trying to accomplish here. Like, he's getting hit by everything. Like, even if I tried to get hit with by everything, like, it would be harder than that. He's dead. Let me find and this guy is so bad, like, he's getting hit by everything. And I don't think he did a single bit of damage to them either. And he is lagging as well. Not trying to get him killed though, like. But I mean, he is just so bad that. That's why you don't kill them. He managed to get like a hit on the host, and that made me like that gave me a chance to finish him. Crazy. Poor teammate probably in chat trying his ass off. Well, I mean, at least he survived. He got like one hit the entire invasion, and you know that was enough to get us the victory. But yeah, Black Steel is better than Euphoria. I think we can agree with that, at least for invasions, because like the damage difference is just way different. Like the Black Steel does so much more damage. It's actually crazy how much damage this does. Yo, Scorch, thank you so much for the sub, man. Welcome in, dude. Really appreciate that, and thanks for the insight as well in chat. Like, I know you've been you know, like giving like good informative comments so far, which that's always appreciated. But yeah, so far, guys, I'd say like the Black Steel Twinblade, like I'm not that fond of this moveset, but the damage difference is just so high that, I mean, it makes me want to try like just other Twinblades with just Sacred Blade on it. Like to see like what is the Twinblade that has this moveset that does the highest damage if we put Sacred Blade on it. I'd be curious to try that. Because that Black Steel Twinblade, man oh man, does it do damage or does it do damage? I think I think we could actually kill someone with like, you know, like the good old like cheesy, we sleep someone with our sleep talisman and then it buffs ourselves and then we do like R2 R2. I think we could kill someone with R1 R1 with this. Like, we don't need to do like charge R2s like with Starfist. I think you could kill someone with just R1 R1. Okay, now the question is, they could be on the other side here or the platform above. When you get used to the running R2, you can walk invasions. I mean, the damage definitely... the damage definitely allows you to walk some invasions. Maybe not all, but some of them. Well, I mean, just the last one, right? Like, we were playing against, like, decent players with a teammate that clearly was not, like, up to match the opposition. Yet, that didn't matter because our damage was so high that it compensated. That's not what I wanted, actually. Oh, that's good. We get the support from this. That's not that bad. But we're protected while we buff. Oh, it's one guy. I thought it was more than that. It's just one dude. Oh, he actually clipped me. We do need to make him whiff, though, and I'm not quite sure if... I wanted him to get a fake BS, or... Oh. Yeah, I mean, if he just keeps healing, we're gonna have no choice but to heal as well. That's bad. Okay, against the Ice Armor, though, it's just a drag. Like, we can't reliably stun him, so... Let's do that. Oh, I have an idea. Oh, so close. Camera made me fucking roll weird. Oh, he's definitely out healing us. Come on, dude. Just like a bunch of fucking parry misses and then gets one of them. And it ate the input. This is so bad, like... Oh, come on, game. Guys, like, this is such a joke. This guy is legitimately really bad, but just the out-ealing with the 50-50 parry thing, like, it's just dragging the fight a lot, even if the guy is terrible. I know what I'm gonna do, actually, to finish this. It's gonna be a lot quicker if I do that. And someone like that. Come on. Oh, and he's switching to that. All right. This is just like cheese. I have something quick. Let's go with that in the off end. Alright, rolling if I do that. Terrible fight, but honestly, it's just like the nature of the game. Like, fights like that look a lot closer than they actually are when the opponent can just heal infinitely and you have no way to like finish them through their heals. I think the sound thing that I should have been doing to like end this would have been to swap the black steel again, have the crossbow equipped, and just sleep him into black steel R1 R1. That didn't look close at all. Yeah, but someone of this caliber, I should be flawlessing that guy, you know, like, he shouldn't be landing any hits on me, but played a little bad. Like, it shouldn't even be like remotely close. Oh, this guy is gonna be our prime target. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's more like it. And we did not have the running attack tally either. That's the sort of damage I was looking for. That is pretty nasty when you land all of it. Close. Yo, this guy is getting lucky. What the hell? Oh, I didn't see him. Oh my god, dude. We just delete people. That's crazy. Okay, the damage for Black Steel is actually insane. Like, that shit melts. It really does. This is one of those, like, standout weapons that, because the damage is so high, it seems well suited for invasions, just because of the damage. It's not even about the moveset. It's just that it does so much that being able to kill someone with 2 running R2s makes it worth it. Does he have Emporia, or am I crazy? This is actually perfect for a dragon. That was it for him too. Okay, the damage is real. The Black Steel Twinblade is so far the best invasion weapon we've tried on this Fate build so far. And to be quite honest, it's not really close. Like, it's way stronger than the Emporia, way stronger than the straight swords for invasions, right? I'm not talking about duels, I'm not talking even about moveset. It's just the damage is just so high that, like, it doesn't, like, the moveset difference is not as big as the damage difference. Let's put it that way. Yeah, and that's without Holy Physic. That is without Holy Physic too. One thing that I like about our current setup is that I'm not really sacrificing too much in terms of defense. Like, look at that. I have, like, as high of a HP as I could have. I have the defense-oriented physics setup. So, in the end, like, we have Golden Vow as a buff as well, which increases our physical damage reduction. Or not physical, like just damage reduction. So all in all, we're very well-rounded in our approach. Oh, this guy is someone pretending to be a noob. One thing that I'm noticing, I'm sure you guys noticed throughout that fight, we whiff punished him many times perfectly, right? Like, you know, perfect whiff punish. Like, the timing cannot really be better than that. Latency is good. Like, no excuse for any sort of miss regarding the whiff punish, but we did not stun him at any point. Like, he was able to roll out with only 300 damage taken. And he was never getting poise broken. So, yeah, there's that. Yo, Owen, thanks for the raid, man. Welcome in, guys. So, I'm playing with a Fate build. It's just straight Fate build. Like, it's crazy how I had so much points that I didn't know what to do with it, so I put like 1 extra point in mind, and I put 13 intelligence for the Madness hand swap, but like really we're only like using this setup for the fate damage, and quite frankly the Black Steel Twinblade, we've tried like Power Stance Straight Sword, we've tried Aporia and Black Steel Twinblade, and Black Steel Twinblade is so much more damaging than these other setups, so much more, it's crazy. Also, I want to try the fucking the dumb back end blade, dude. Actually, now that we're trying this, I'm kind of curious to try not blind spot, but Sacred Blade on back end blade. And just use it as a normal weapon that does insane damage. Wait, can you not put back end blade on this? Or a Sacred Blade, I mean? Oh, I don't think you can put Sacred Blade. Or maybe I don't have any more? Let me try to put it on a straight sword. No, I have some. I have 2. So you cannot put Sacred Blade on a back-end blade, interestingly enough. So there's that, I guess. Yeah, my plan foiled exactly. Not what I wanted. We both know that the other guy is poised chip. I guess that's one instance of the Ash of War finally being useful. But like, see, like in duels there, I did not feel comfortable like going with the Black Steel Twinblade against someone that knows what they're doing, because they're just gonna backstab it. It's just too easy to strafe. And everything else is tankable. Like, I want the Black Steel Twinblade damage for invasions, but in duels, I'd rather have the moveset of the normal, like, sideway Twinblade. Okay, there's 3 players in here. Let's start by buffing, I guess. Oh my god, bro. This is crazy. Gonna have to wait a little bit. Shockwave moment. Bro, these people, man. Okay, the damage for this is nuts, dude. Like, we're looking at some serious invasion weapon. That thing completely destroys. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is... it's one of those that's like, oh my god. Like, okay, this weapon actually is insane. Try Last Rite. Last Rite is not, it's not a big deal, because, like, Last Rite, I think, does 7% more damage, and Golden Vow, I think, also does 7% more damage. And they both use a body buff slot. So you're better off using Golden Vow to spell than Last Rite. I think it's Last Rite, is it? Yeah, it is Last Rite, there you go. Well, I mean, we can try. Let's just try it. Let's see here for a second. Let's go, we're gonna check our damage. Like, right now, we are at 664. Let's try, using Last Rite. We are at 758. And now let's use Golden Vow. So we went from 758 to 764. And if we use Last Rite here, I think it's gonna go back down. Let's just make sure. Yep, it removed it. So Last Rite is inferior to Golden Vow. And Golden Vow gives you defense too, which is just... So Last Rite inferior to Golden Vow here. I think in PvP, I think they both do like 7% damage extra. Even if the AR is slightly different. But because Golden Vow gives like some defense reduction, I think Golden Vow is just a better buff, all things considered. Last Rite is 5% and Golden Vow is 7.5. Okay, well, thank you. That's probably the right numbers. He gives a flat 25 holy. So they're probably, like, very close to one another. Okay, here, that's the... it's this fucking place. Let's be on the safe side here. I'm gonna just do a healing buff for now. And then once we see them, we're gonna start buffing, like... Okay, there he is. Let's buff properly. Okay, the guy is not alone, so let's be careful. Okay, well, now he is. The forward momentum is not that much. Look at that damage, guys. This is crazy, dude. What the hell? This is actually crazy damage, man. I mean, it takes a little bit to you know, to buff to get that damage, but man, oh man, when you are buffed, that shit is disgusting. Like, that is pretty disgusting. Crazy, dude. Man, you know what I want to try now? I want to try fucking, you know, like my favorite weapon in this game is Lance. I want to see the damage that Lance has with Sacred Blade, dude. I really, really want to see that. Probably want this for Lance, though. Why do you not have a light armor swap to fast roll like in Dark Souls 3? Because it's not really necessary in this game. Like, BHS travels like so far that you don't really need a light roll swap. You just need a BHS swap. Back in Dark Souls 3, you have to remember BHS and like long travel distance Ashes of War didn't exist. You only had quick step, which is very similar to a roll. So the light roll swap was very important in Dark Souls 3. And in fact, like throughout the end of Dark Souls 3, I was mainly using a light roll setup when invading, and then the moment I was in a 1v1 situation, I was switching to medium roll. But in gank situation, I was almost always rocking light roll toward the end, even on the strength build, because you simply had way better survivability against multiple people. But again, in this game, it's different because BHS is very similar to the sort of link you have for a dodge with light roll. So you don't really have to sacrifice your defense. And in this game, like, the damage goes a lot crazier than Dark Souls 3, so you definitely want to be on the safer side. Last ride also lasts a minute. I think Golden Vow lasts a little longer than a minute though, right? I think it lasts like a minute 20, I think. What about Fate PSGS? I mean, it's probably good, don't get me wrong, but I think Lance is just better overall than PSGS in the current state of this game. I'm actually glad that I swapped the Lance here. This guy is gonna be... Okay, we're not fully buffed, but this will do. I mean, in Dark Souls 3, like, I'd go for this all the time. And to be fair, I don't really think it's a good idea to go for that sort of backstab in Elden Ring, because it's extremely unreliable. I got it this time, but it was off of, like, Dark Souls 3 muscle memory. But I don't want to go for that in this game, because it's very unreliable. Like, we got it there, but most of the time, like, you get punished for that. Which is unfortunate, because it's the proper, like, skillful play, but... this game hates backstabs. No, Scourge, I don't actually care. Like, you know, I understand that ladder players love dueling. And, you know, they like this game to some extent. Otherwise, they would not play in their free time. But personally, like, I get on to stream, do my content for the week. And then I get off. Like, I don't actually care about playing the game. Like... I'm not really that interested in this game. Like, I think this game sucks, if you ask me. I just try to make content for it until we get something else. Golden Vow uses a lot of FP. Yeah, but you use it, like, at the start of an invasion, so it's not, like, a big deal. It's like, let's say you use Last Rite and then Sword of Light. Like, your FP bar is going to be, like, half empty. You're probably going to want to drink a blue juice anyway. So it's like, it doesn't actually matter, like, how much FP it costs as long as it fits into your bar. Okay, now we're going to be able to properly see. Oh. I was about to say we're going to be able to properly see like lance damage because we're going to have time to buff, but if they stay up there, up that ladder on the other side, I'm not quite sure you can reach them without taking the ladder. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, and how did I think about it? Can I jump here? I forgot how to jump here. Okay, it's here. What about... Oh, god damn it. I destroyed it by accident. Well, that's bad. There you go. Oh, they're already back there. Never mind. Okay. Let's do this. Golden Vow. Do this. And then this here. And then we go in. Hopefully we do good damage with the lance. Not sure if he has a teammate there. You know what? I want to try this. I wanted to try to see like how much damage I was doing with the running R2, given how this is like a little similar to the Black Steel Twinblade. Like it does like similar damage, or not similar damage, but it has like, you know, 3 hits. It seemed like my crouch attack was doing a lot more damage than what I usually get on my strength build. So to me, that's a big perk, like, of using a Fade build over a strength build if I'm doing more damage with the lance. Although, would I be doing more damage if I didn't sort of light buff, right? That's the question. By using the Sacred Blade buff before the other buffs, you get more damage that way because it adds the Sacred Blade buff to the calculator. Wow, Marvin, you're teaching me something. I had no idea. That's actually weird. Didn't know that. It's just that the Sacred Blade doesn't last very long compared to the other. I think it's like 45 seconds or 40 seconds, so... Like, I think Sword of Light is a minute. Golden Vow is like a minute 20. And then obviously the Physic is 3 minutes. And then this I think is like 40 or 45 seconds for Sacred Blade. But that's interesting. I'll be trying that really quickly after that. Let's do this. And let's just do that. Probably do this. The fuck? That's a little weird. I got clipped there without getting stunned. Not too sure what happened. But yeah, the lance also does a lot of damage, actually. I didn't even have to hit the tally. If only BHS Clean Run didn't exist, you kind of have to find something to compete with it on builds other than strength. Yeah, that's a very good point. Because, like, the moment you fight someone that really wants to win, you know, they'll be pulling out BHS Clean Run. And you, like you said, you have to have something that can compete with it, which, to be quite honest, I'm not really sure that exists. So, try Marvin. Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Okay, so Marvin said that Sacred Blade, or your weapon has more damage or more AR if you apply Sacred Blade before the other buffs. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna apply Sacred Blade first. And let's look at our AR. So our AR is 1027. Holy, that is so fucking high. What the hell? And then if we apply it after, we went from 1027 to 1027. So it's the same. Now, let's remove our buff. Maybe it has something to do with it. Okay, so we do that again. Golden Vow. Sword of Light. Yeah, 1027. It's the same. It's the same, dude. So, debunked. It doesn't actually change anything whether you use Sacred Blade before or after the other buffs. Which is good, because you don't want to apply Sacred Blade as your first buff, because it lasts the shortest. That's why you well, the reason why you don't physic first either is because the physic, you can't replace it, so you have like 3 minutes for the whole game, whereas the other ones you can reply them as many times as you want. So you keep the physic last because it's not as expendable. But basically you go Golden Vow first because it lasts a minute 20. Then you go Sword of Light because it lasts a minute. And then you go Sacred Blade because it lasts 45 seconds. So you see the logic is basically you just want to go for the buff that is lasts the longest first. But maybe not the physic, because the physic is not as expendable, because you use it only once, you can't use it after, so you want to make sure you use it at the correct time. I think this guy's dead. We ain't though. We could have BS'd that. Oh, come on. Another laggy ass. Oh my god. This is so sad, dude. Oh my god, bro, what is wrong with this? Just run into me. Okay, never mind. There's someone behind me. Okay. He just became a parry god. It was the last part of his transformation. Dude, that Phantom had some nasty connection. Like, there's no way you can kill someone that is that laggy. You just have to get lucky. Like, if he keeps rolling, you're never catching him. Sadly, you get less counter damage. Yeah, you do get less counter damage, and you rely on buffs, so it's not necessarily as cut and dry that this lance is better than the strength one. Because, again, you rely on the buffs, and you lose out on the counter damage. But your crouch attack damage is significantly higher. It's alright, Marvin. I mean, we asked these questions to, like, test it and, like, answer them, really. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, honestly. It's more like everyone learned something. Because I didn't know either. Like, just learned trying it. Crouch is bread and butter. I would say I think the crouch is bread and butter too, but man, since we realized that the R2 is so good, like that R2 is starting to be my bread and butter for this weapon, honestly. Is the two-handed tally worth it on Elemental? This is something I've been told, like, because I asked the question last stream for anyone who knew if the two-handed tally, like, worked with Holy Infusions, because I know, like Shard of Alexander doesn't work with Holy Infusions. And that's bad, you don't want that. So I was told that it does. Now, I have not tested it, but I just gambled that it did, so there you go. Okay, it says there's two players. Actually. Oh my fucking god, bro. Like, we got blendered like so fucking hard. Yo, why is it clipping me from so far? It's crazy. Man, it is pretty laggy. I don't know if you guys see it, but for me, like, the frame drops here are insanely annoying, hard to manage, like omnipresent, however you want to qualify it. Like it's frame drop city here. Oh, come on, game. Let me go. All right, we're getting off here. We're going up. Otherwise, we're gonna be stuck here. It's the waterfall? Yeah, that area is so laggy. It's pretty insane. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna Bestial Vitality. Then we're gonna drink our last blue. Then we rebuff. Actually, before I do that, now, do that. Insane. We don't want to get fucking comboed by everyone, though. Gonna fall. Oh my god. close. I'm not sure if I want to. Okay, that's an important kill. I think we're gonna rebuff here. Before we rebuff, there you go. Gonna do this here. That's it. Oh, that early hit. Okay, that lance, it seems like it's performing a little better than strength though, all things considered. Bestial vitality and not blessing boon. The reason for bestial is that it you know, I'm still managing my FP. Like at that particular moment, I didn't have enough for blessing of the earth tree, and so it made sense to just bestial vitality, then deplete our FP, then drink a blue, then start casting like the other buffs, because you don't really need more than bestial vitality to regen like a little bit of your health. And then like once you're fully buffed and everything, or you have blue to spare, then you can use blessing of the earth tree if you want. But basically the idea is you're trying to go for your buffing rotation, and so you know you want to go for golden vow, but you're like depleted and you only have, let's say, like I think this is what we had. Like we had like something like that, let's say a little bit less than that even. Let's just say that. And so like, okay, like you pop this, and so like if you wait for bestial vitality, see, you can go for it here. If you wait for blessing of the earth tree, like holy shit, it actually takes a lot of FP to cast. So you see there, like you wait that long, and then like after that you drink your blue, and then you start your buffing rotation, which is, you know, this and then this, like that, and then you can start fighting afterward, you know, like that. Then you're battle ready. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna call it here for today. I want to keep this stream deathless, and quite frankly, stream has been good so far, so I want to keep it like that. And next stream, I was not planning to, but next stream we're gonna keep this build again and try more weapons on this build that we have not tried today. Like we have not tried the Halo Sight spam, we have not tried Milady, we have not tried fucking Dishonest Swift Slash on all this Fate buff, which is actually sitting at 816, so it probably does nasty ass damage. But yeah, next stream we're gonna try all of these, and then probably gonna try like Sacred Smith Script, Great Hammer. You know, we're gonna try more stuff next stream. I'm glad that we tried today the Aporia, the Black Steel Twinblade, and the Sacred Blade Lance. Very, very happy with the damage I got with Sacred Blade Lance and Black Steel Twinblade. I'd say for Invasion, Black Steel Twinblade was clearly like the leader here. Like Black Steel Twinblade completely deletes people, 2 running attacks and they're dead, and so that's definitely a standout. Aporia, I was actually surprised that it was not doing as much damage. I thought it would do more damage than this. And I think the reason for that is you don't really fully buff your weapon in an invasion setting. Like, the way Emporia works is obviously, like, you apply all your buff, you know, like your Golden Vow, your Sword of Light. But once that's done, like, your weapon is sitting there, like, raw. And so you need to land some hits to build the buff up. But that's really good in a dueling setting, because in a dueling setting, you don't necessarily have as much time to buff your weapon, like, straight up. So having the weapon build up as you're attacking is great for 1v1s. But in an invasion setting, you have plenty of time to buff. So with that being said, because the weapon starts raw, and even when you build up the buff, it doesn't last forever, and it builds back down if you wait for too long. So we didn't really have any occasion where we could, like, fully buff the weapon. And so the damage for Emporia was always, like, significantly lower than Black Steel Twinblade. And so I think Emporia is just a better weapon for 1v1 than it is for invasion. And even the Ash of War for Emporia, like, it did not, like, come in as like, it was not very useful in invasions either, because that laser just does not do enough damage to really, like, warrant using it and not keeping your buffs. Like, you'd rather keep your buffs and do more damage with the actual, like, twin blade attacks than using the Ash and just waste it. So, you know, that was a big reason why, like, the Ash was not as worth it. Whereas in duels, it, like, you know, in duels, every bit of damage matters. And so if you can, like, if you can hit someone in duels with the Ash and you can get, like, let's say 400 damage out of it, it might be worth it. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today. I appreciate you guys coming by the stream. I think it was a good stream. You know, tried a few things. Today worked a lot better than last stream. Last stream, we basically had the exact same setup. We died actually significantly more than today. Well, I mean, of course, because today was deathless. But, like, last stream, I think we died, like, probably 5 times with straight swords. And it felt like, you know, our competition was not particularly good last time. I'd say the invasions were harder this stream than the last one. It's just, sometimes this game, it's just, you don't get, like, lucky with invasions. And also, I think power stance straight swords are just not as good as far as invasion setups than, let's say, twin blades, especially not the black steel here. So the setup matters, you know, getting lucky matters when it comes to being deathless in this game. So yeah, there's that. And also, I'm gonna flash the stats one last time for those interested. It's just a normal build. Quite frankly, you could easily make that at 125, but, you know, I'm probably going to play 150 now, just because it's more active and people care more about 150 than 125 now. So it is what it is. But yeah, this build, like, works pretty much the same. Like, you can have pretty much the exact same thing at 125. It's just that you're going to have to make sacrifices. You're not going to be able to have, like, 50 endurance and, like, you know, 18 dex and 20 strength without using, like, some ugly ass, like, setup, you know what I mean? Okay, so there's that, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you guys up next time. Take care, guys. How much endurance you need for 125? Well, I mean, you can just make the build. Like, it's not, like, you know, if you were to make this at 125, like, you'd probably sacrifice the int, you'd sacrifice the mind, you'd have, like, let's say this helmet or this helmet to reach, like, your dex and strength, and then you know, your endurance would probably sit at, like, 38 or something like that, and you'd still have, like, probably 50 fate, and maybe you'd have, like, 58 vigor or 59 vigor. So that I mean, that's what build making is. Like, build making is about sacrificing some things in one category to put it into another one. And so, like, this build currently at 150, like, I'm not making any sacrifice when I'm making this. So much so, in fact, that I put 11 points into mine because I didn't even know where to put that point. I never do that, but I had reached all the soft caps already. Like, I already have 60 vigor, I already have 50 endurance, I already have 20 strength, 18 dex. I had some points to spare, so I put 13 intelligence just to have the madness hand to be able to use it, which we did not even really use today. Like, we used it once. And then, you know, 50 fate, that's important. So again, like you can easily make this at 125. It's just you're gonna have to sacrifice the int, you're gonna have to sacrifice the helmet, and you're gonna have to sacrifice some endurance, maybe a little bit of vigor, but it works. Like it absolutely works. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys up next time. Take care, guys. All right, let's raid Steel. Goodbye, smelly Tarnished.